Hi, I'm Margie, and today we're going to make teriyaki chicken. And it's a lot easier than you think. It's a quick and easy recipe. Let's get started. The materials you'll need are a cutting board, a sharp knife, measuring cups, a skillet, and a big spoon. You'll also need a ready-to-eat rotisserie chicken, soy sauce, ground ginger, and light brown sugar. So the first thing you'll want to do is cut your chicken. Now the best thing to use that will expedite the whole process is get store-bought rotisserie chicken, and that'll make it quick and easy. Another option is you could use raw chicken, dice it up, fry it in the pan, and then you add your sauce. So we're going to go ahead and use the rotisserie chicken. Since we do not particularly care for the skin, we're going to go ahead and remove that. And then since we like white meat, that's why we got the breast here. And if you like dark meat, feel free to go ahead and use that. And then what we're going to do is just slice it into bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to just add it to our pan, and then we're ready to go. Okay, once you've sliced it, now you can go the other way and make them into pieces about this size. And then we'll just throw it right here into our pan. And that way we can just continue to fill it up as we go along. So after you're all done, you should have something like this. Now you can change the amounts based on how many servings you want. If you have a lot of people coming, of course you'll add more chicken. And if you have less, you can even have less chicken. So what we're going to do now is put this on the stove. Okay, now let's prepare our sauce. So what you'll do is you'll get your Kikkoman soy sauce. You could use another brand if you like, but I like this brand in particular, especially less sodium. And then what you're going to do is measure out a certain amount. If you got a lot of chicken, you might go as much as a half a cup or a full cup. If you got hardly any chicken, then you might go less. So I'm going to do a third cup. So what you're going to do is pour out your soy sauce to measure out 1/3 cup. Okay, and then now what you're going to do is you're going to get the same measurement. You did a 1/3 cup here. You're going to do a 1/3 cup of your light brown sugar. So let's go measure that out. Okay, what you want to do is make sure that you flatten it out and pack it in. And then ever so gently let it fall into your soy sauce. Next, you want to take a little fork and just stir it around and mix up the soy sauce with the light brown sugar. And that way you can get rid of any clumps that happen to come your way, and then let it all dissolve. Now we're going to add the ginger. Okay, we're going to take the ginger and we're just going to shake a couple of sprinkles. But we add only about that much, just a couple of shakes. And then you take your fork again and stir it up really good so it all blends together. And then what we're going to do is pour this over the meat mixture, over the cut up diced meat that you just got done dicing. And then we're just going to let it simmer on the stove. Now this is a great 3-course meal. You've got your rice and it's made by package directions. And then you've got some veggies cut up, such as snow peas, zucchini, as well as onion. That's a good mixture. You could also add things like broccoli, carrots, whatever you like. And that could be your side stir-fry dish. And then here is your chicken that we've been working on. And as you can see, all the pieces have been chopped up, and now we're ready to add the sauce. So before you start this, it's going to be simmering a little while. You could even start going with your stir fry at the same time, but you definitely want to prepare the rice way ahead of time. It usually takes almost an hour to cook that. Okay, let's get going on our veggies. So we're going to add a little bit of oil, cooking oil, to this lovely veggie mixture. And then we're going to turn it on to high, and then we're going to stir it. Okay, stir fry means basically that you are going to stir while it fries. That way you keep it going so that it doesn't burn, and you keep the heat evenly distributed. Now, after you coat it all with the oil that we have just put in there, then you can add a little bit of pepper. All right, sprinkle that all over there. And a little bit of garlic powder. All right, just a little bit. All right, now we'll stir again. And while this is simmering, we are going to just turn the heat just a smidge down. We'll go ahead and get out our little teriyaki sauce that we made. We'll stir it once again, keep it really mixed because it has a tendency to thicken on the meat. And we're just gonna let it warm in the sauce. So we're gonna pour the sauce into the meat and get all that lovely sugar out because that's probably the secret ingredient that makes teriyaki sauce so wonderful. Okay, all right, we'll set that aside and we'll gently stir it. That way it's all coated, and we're going to warm it on about a medium to medium high heat for a few minutes until you see it bubbling, and you're going to stir very frequently. That way it doesn't burn and you can get it coated on all the sides. And believe it or not, it's going to just absorb in that meat. So each bite will be luscious. All right, now let's go back over here and we'll stir our little stir fry. I can tell it's sputtering a little bit, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. And what we want to do is get to the point where those onions are a little bit translucent so that you know that they're getting softer and more cooked. Okay, and our rice is pretty much done, so I went ahead and turned that off, and we'll just let it simmer for a little bit. Okay, now let's check on our veggies again because this is taking a while. We could crank up the heat a little bit on the meat if it's taking too long to warm up. And then depending on if you like really soft veggies or if you like them crispy, you can cook them, change the duration of how long you cook these. Okay, so now for the veggies, we're going to add soy sauce. And you're just going to pour, you can be generous with it. And then it's going to soak in that lovely soy sauce and give it nice flavor along with the pepper and garlic powder. So that will be that. So those are almost ready. Okay, we're going to come back over here and they are bubbling. So we're going to continue to stir it around so that it gets equal distribution with the very tasty sauce. And then let it warm some more because you kind of want the sauce to thicken a little bit. So you leave it on there for a little bit so that it can evaporate and soak into the meats and warm it up. And then you're good to go. Okay, I see the bubbles coming up. And then once again, you want to stir your veggies. It's an ongoing thing just to make sure that nothing burns. Okay. You see the bubbles coming up here. All right. Stir that some more. Okay, now that we've got a good boil going on, that means that it is warm enough. So we're just actually going to lower the heat a little bit just so it can simmer and continue to warm the meat. And that way it doesn't scorch it in any way. After about 5-10 minutes, stir it again, check your veggies, make sure they're a little cooked and translucent. And then you stir your meat one more time just to make sure the lovely teriyaki sauce is definitely on all of the bites. Now you're ready to plate it. So we'll take off the cap. Rice is steaming hot. Put a little bit of rice on, like so. And then you want to put your teriyaki directly on it so that those lovely juices can soak right into the rice. Okay, then you want to finish off with your veggies, like so. Wow. So there you go, a nice Japanese meal. Well, I hope you had fun making teriyaki chicken with me today, and I hope it came out really well. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.